Yo, what's good? What's good? CamJNetwork back with another banger, man. Sorry but not sorry boxing talk, man. And before we get into the video, make sure y'all hit that like button, man, and support your boy, man. Help us in the algorithm with the content for sure. And if you ain't subscribed, man, subscribe to the channel, man. We definitely working, we staying consistent. So let's get into the topic at hand of the video. And before we do that, little reminder as well. Every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Sorry but not sorry Boxing Talk Wednesdays, man. We live every Wednesday on CamJNetwork YouTube channel at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time for Sorry but not sorry Boxing Talk Wednesdays. And as well, I'll be live this Sunday at 12 afternoon Eastern Time for the Sorry But Not Sorry Boxing Talk Roundtable show. So make sure y'all tune in to both shows this week. We lit, man, for sure, man. We staying active and we working. So let's get into the topic at hand of this video, man. The LDBC is some suckers, man. I seen some shit, man. I seen this floating around where, guys is showing footage. They're showing the interview from Brian Norman Sr. talking about the sparring session with Tank Davis and Brian Norman Jr. Yeah, I mean, and of course, this conversation ain't even been talked about in a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? The interview from Brian Norman Sr. and I'm gonna show the screenshot of it. Hold on, let me do it. Y'all see right there, Brian Norman Sr. exposes Javante Davis sparring session. And this sparring session is from 2 years ago, dog. Well, not the sparring session in particular. The video with Brian Norman Sr. is from 2 years ago on YSL Sports Media. Salute to YSL Sports Media, man. They do great content over there. Sub up to them. And I'm sitting here watching, all these guys dropping content about this shit the last day. Like, this video 2 years ago. Nobody ain't even been talking about this shit. The sparring session is 8 years ago because Tank was 22 at the time, from what they said, and Brian Norman Jr. he was 16. So even if the sparring session went how Brian Norman Sr. said it went, I don't even care how the sparring session went personally. It's a sparring session, you feel me? Like it's there for you to practice and get some work in. But same time, it is good to let motherfuckers know what you did whoop a motherfucker ass and shit in sparring session if a motherfucker get out of pocket, similar to Kid Austin with Abdullah Mason, man. But it's no footage for this session for one. Are we going off of hearsay from Brian Norman Sr., which is we know this guy has lied multiple times. You know what I mean? And if you hear the interview in particular, it was a lot of gas on that shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Me, I just read in between the lines and read the room with, how some of these motherfuckers in boxing be talking, man. And this is one guy right here that, he got a gift of gab for sure. And he would gas some shit up. And I think he gassed this whole sparring session up, in my opinion, for sure. You know what I mean? Because I ain't heard nothing about this sparring session being this way but from him only. And I want to show y'all motherfuckers in this video right here how Tank be getting hated on by the LDBC. And these are the guys that is making these videos, don't have nothing else to talk about. So they got to talk about Tank Davis to run their views up because they know when they do videos on Devin Haney, they ain't getting many views as they is when they, talking about Tank Davis. When they talk about Tank Davis, these motherfucker views going up. They talk about Devin Haney, they ain't even getting that much views. And their channels are built to praise Devin Haney and shit on other black fighters like Tank Davis. And let me show you some more hypocrisy with this right here, though. So you got Aki TV right here. He drops a video off of the Brian Norman Sr. interview, and that's not the footage right there as far as his thumbnail for the actual video. Somebody randomly. And the footage, like I said, is not even out there. So he drops a video and look at his views. He got 65K in one day. You know what I mean? And OieTV is a Devin Haney built channel. He's part of the Ldbc. He was at that table sitting with Bill Haney when he had all of his Ldbc guys at the table sitting there eating cheap ass dinner with him. And this is just shows you these guys right here, their motive. Their motive is to try to shit on Tank Davis. You know what I mean? That's their whole 100% complete motive. And if you watch a lot of Aki TV content, a lot of his content is built off of praising Devin Haney and shitting on fighters like Tank Davis and other guys that's contemporaries to Devin Haney. And I got another one. Dante's Boxing Nation right here. He follows up with Aki TV. Actually, I heard Dante Boxing Nation drop his first before Aki did. And look at him. He he over there talking about this shit. He plays a clip of the interview from Brian Norman Sr. Didn't even say anything about the fucking sparring session in particular. They just dropping content just to get their views up. It's clear. Because they know when they talk about Devin Haney, they ain't getting many views like that. They not. And these the same guys when it came to Devin Haney last week when he got this whole little baby mama drama and shit going on with that girl. They ain't talk about that shit. But when Tank Davis had this little situation with his baby mama, they was posting a thumbnail and everything. You know what I mean? They posted a thumbnail, they doing hella content on it and all of that shit. Going off of whatever Bill Haney tells them to do. But when it came up to Devin Haney with his situation with his baby mama last week, they nowhere to be found. They talking about other shit. And Dante Boxing Nation, he a guy that on his channel, he talks about a lot of racism shit. He always has the a correlation of racism into his content as far as, explaining situations with, other races being racist to black fighters. But when it comes to black on black fighters situations, he wants to try to shit on Tank Davis with an interview from Brian Norman Sr. talking about him making Tank Davis quit and bleed during the fucking sparring session from 8 years ago. On top of it is no footage of this sparring session. It's only hearsay, like I said, from Brian Norman Sr. It's pointless content for these guys to do. And this is why I say these Ldbc guys, they some suckers. They paid and bought over there from Bill Haney. And they have no morals or no integrity over there, just like the Haneys. No morals, integrity. Just out for fucking money. And it's nasty work, man. It's real nasty work. And you already know, if y'all ain't subscribed to the channel, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man, for sure, man. We working. And make sure y'all hit that like button on the video, man. Leave me a comment and let me know y'all opinion on what I covered in this video for sure. And remember, every Wednesday we live 6:30 p.m. Eastern time for Sorry But Not Sorry Boxing Talk Wednesdays. Every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time on CamJNetwork YouTube channel. And as well, we're going to be live this Sunday, July 13th, 12 afternoon, for the Sorry But Not Sorry Boxing Talk Roundtable show, man. Recapping the fights from Friday and Saturday night, man. So, appreciate everybody, man. Love everybody that support. And we out of here.